So you were killed off on Star Trek Discovery.
Yes, I was.
But you were allowed to tell people that you were coming back.
Yes.
Was part of that due to people worrying about the trope, or was it?
Yes, I think
Okay.
I, as an LGBT activist and who has worked in developing more queer characters on television, and so aware of the barriergay trope that when I saw it coming, I was like, oh, we should probably deal with this. And they did, because we all knew pretty early on that this was just the beginning of the story. And so we didn't want people to be worried or stop watching because they thought this production was not sensitive to the issues that the barrier-gay trope really deals with. So I think we all wanted to reassure people that this was just the beginning of the story and that we needed this to happen in order for us to go where we're about to go.
Can you tell us anything about how your character comes back, how Hugh comes back?
No.
Okay. I read that you and Anthony have known each other for 20 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first meeting?
Yeah, it was, I met him because I was coming into the Broadway version of Rent after doing it here in Los Angeles, and I had a put-in rehearsal. So I met him at rehearsal along with Michael McElroy and the rest of the cast, and they were incredibly generous to me, and because I was a nervous wreck, all I ever wanted to do was be on Broadway.
I think it's great that you remember, because
Oh, when you go into your first Broadway show, you remember every single detail. So I remember being a nervous wreck.
Do you remember what you ate for lunch that day?
I don't think, well, I will tell you, I know what I ate for lunch because I didn't eat for lunch. I don't think, on days that I performed, especially when we had 2 show days, I think I ate a meal in the morning and then another one when I was done.
Yeah.
They had to welcome in a new character and a pivotal one, really. So there was a lot riding on it, and they were incredibly generous.
So when you guys found out that you were going to be playing this couple on the show, did you have discussions about what you'd like to see the relationship look like?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So we both work really differently. Anthony likes to be surprised by things, and I like to control it all. So,
So you're a
works.
planner.
I am a planner. We had very broad conversations about who we think these people are and who they are to each other. But a lot of it, I have to be honest with you, and he's talked about this too, it was based on a mutual love and admiration that we already had for each other. We already had 20 years of respect and adoration, so we kind of took it from there and expanded it to this relationship, and it was pretty easy.
Yeah, and you've talked about the toothbrushing scene being a favorite of yours. What did you love about that? And sort of, because it's more than just a toothbrushing scene.
Yeah. It's a scene about intimacy, and a lot of people wanted more. They wanted us to end that scene in a kiss, but for me, a kiss would have been gilding the lily. For me, that's the ordinariness of just brushing your teeth, for me, says something about how close these people are to each other, and that they work at balancing their work and home life. They live on the ship that they work on together. So how do you balance all of that and still maintain a relationship with this person who means so much to you? And for me, that scene was about, I need you to care enough about me to take care of yourself. That's what that scene was.
And then it pauses at the end as we look at Anthony's character.
Right.
Yeah, and then
I love those kind of home life, cabin life scenes. I think it gives people a perspective on these characters that we hadn't seen before. And that was where we discovered that these two people were together. Up until that moment, you just thought this was the doctor and an engineer on the show.
What's been the reaction from Star Trek fans to having a gay couple on the show?
The reaction has been, we were expecting it to be a big reaction. We were expecting people to be excited about it. I don't think Anthony and I, or even Aaron Harberts, were prepared for how enthusiastic people have been about about this couple. And
do you have a good fan experience? Like, did somebody come up to you somewhere and talk to you about it? And
well, you know,
I mean, I'm
like
sure they've
so
done a lot,
right,
so,
like so
yeah.
many fan experiences these days, they take place on social media, right? But the ones that are the most moving to me are the older viewers who've been watching the show since the 60s, who have wanted to see a queer character or couple on the show for all of these years, for 52 years, 53 years now. That's really moving to be able to give them that. But also the young people who are like, you know, watching the show for their first time or just first being introduced to it, and seeing that they are a part of this universe as well. And so for me, that's the most moving part. And so to have people who have reacted in that way, with a sense of relief and yet glee, that's been the most moving part.
You say fans react on social media, but I find that you guys get approached in airports a lot too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's some, you know what's really funny is there are some shows that the security at airports are always aware. Like, for some reason, everybody at the security knows Noah's Ark, which was a small show that I did on Logo. But every time I go through security, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Junito from Noah's Ark," and I'm like, of all the things, I feel like that it's like playing in the background during their training or something. It's bizarre. But also Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
But that one makes a little bit more sense to me.
Yeah.
You know, airports and I don't know, spaceships.
So as a fan of the sort of the Star Trek just series as a whole, when you found out that the Enterprise was going to be at the end of the first season, and the music, and then the ship comes in, I mean, what was your reaction?
First of all, I found out about it like everybody else did, watching the show, because I was already done. So I hadn't received those scripts. I didn't know it was coming. And so
nobody told you?
Nobody told me. So when the Enterprise showed up at the end of the season, I, along with everyone else, went,
I mean, the music's playing
and it
too.
Looked beautiful. Yeah. And then to end the whole season with the original theme, yeah, it was good. Good thinking.
Yeah, and we know that Anson Mount is going to play Captain Pike.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to meet him yet? Or do you know him from?
No,
Okay.
No,
The
I've
actor
never
world?
met him. I've never met him. And we've exchanged niceties, and I welcomed him along with everybody else. So yeah, we're excited to have him.